Okay, well, if you saw Raw last Monday, then you know that Vince McMahon did actually give away $1 million. And if you remember a few weeks back, I said that there was no way in hell that this was ever going to happen, so obviously I got it wrong. The thing is, I was under the impression that this whole $1 million giveaway thing was just going to be some phony promise to try to lure back the viewers who left after the WWE product got so bad. I didn't believe Vince was going to be desperate enough to actually do it. Or at least I didn't want to believe it, but apparently he is. And have you guys thought about what that means? I mean, have you really thought about it? Vince has completely lost touch with what the wrestling audience wants. He doesn't understand how to produce a product that people will want to see anymore. So the only course of action he can think of now is to actually pay people to watch. He is paying people to watch! Now, if this doesn't tell you guys that Vince McMahon is desperate, then I don't know what will. I mean, I can't imagine how pathetic the state of affairs in the WWE must be right now if this is all they can think of to increase viewership. I really can't. And even if it does manage to pull some fans back in temporarily, which, seeing as how Raw's ratings actually went down for this show, ain't going to happen, all the problems that drove them away in the first place are still going to be there, so this isn't going to accomplish anything. So all you people who are still holding out hope that the WWE is going to get off its ass and make its product better, well, this should tell you all you need to know. You know, I just love it when TNA follows up a great pay-per-view with a great impact. Even though it does make doing these reviews a little bit harder, because there's not much to complain about. But it makes me feel good to know that the company seems like it knows where it's going. You know, it's a great feeling. This was a terrific impact, and thank God for that. After sitting through $1 Million Mania on Raw last Monday, I wanted to slit my wrists. First of all, the bulk of Victory Road has already taken shape. After just one show, we now know that it's going to be Samoa Joe versus Booker T for the World Championship. We're probably going to have AJ Styles, Kurt Angle again. Maybe Storm and Rude versus LAX for the tag team titles. Going to be Sanjay Dutt versus Jay Lethal. And plus the World X Cup on top of everything else. You know, that's a hell of a card right there. I mean, I'm excited already. As for this show, there was a ton of great action. We had Kaz versus Samoa Joe, which was awesome. We had the Motor City Machine Guns versus Yoshino and Doi from Dragon Gate in a World X Cup preview, and that match kicked ass. And if you missed that match, you missed probably the best wrestling match on mainstream TV in a while. I mean, if you didn't see it, or if you didn't see the replay, do yourself a favor, go to my channel, I put the match up on my main page, watch it. Oh, and you know what else? The Motor City Machine Guns won the match! Finally! For the first time since, like, before Against All Odds, the Motor City Machine Guns finally won a damn match on television. Now, everybody, please, cross your fingers like I am, and just hope that this means that Sabin and Shelley are finally out of the doghouse. And, anyway, there was plenty more X Division action on this show, too, which I'm hoping is an indicator of what we can expect from the World X Cup. Of course, we had Sanjay Dutt finally in full-on heel mode, and the crowd just hated him, which was really encouraging, because, you know, the heel turn itself at the pay-per-view was not really executed all that well, so this was a sign that at least the heel turn paid off. Of course, Jay Lethal came out to attack him after the match, and the great thing about this was that it was Jay Lethal who attacked Sanjay, not Black Machismo, but Jay Lethal. You know, if he'd come out as the Machismo, it would have totally killed this angle. You know, as I've said several times in other videos, there's a time for him to be Black Machismo, but when it's time to get serious, he's got to be Jay Lethal, because if he's acting like a joke, when the situation he's in is not a joking matter, all it's going to do is damage his character. And that was a huge mistake the writers made with him during the whole feud with 3D and Johnny Devine. So it's a relief to see them finally getting a clue about that. If they handled this the right way, this storyline, I think, could be a great way to rehabilitate Jay Lethal and his gimmick. And, of course, in the main event of the show, we saw Kurt Angle and AJ Styles again in a lumberjack match, and the match wasn't that long, but it really shouldn't have been too long. I mean, TNA should save those matches for pay-per-views, and the rest of the matches on the show made up for that anyway. So there was some great wrestling on this show. The matches got good time. Only one of them was interrupted by commercial breaks, which was just awesome. And the pacing of the show was really fast. There was no filler at all. So, I mean, a great impact all around. There were only a couple of things that bugged me this week. The tag team title match was frustrating in that the match itself was good and the beatdown afterwards was really well done. But I just hate it when the referees restart the match after the heels cheat to win. I mean, no matter how they portray it, it always feels like the writers are just selectively enforcing the rules because it's convenient for them. You know, I don't like that. It's a cheap plot device. And I'm certainly not going to complain about James Storm getting a title shot, but I really don't see how you can justify him getting one at this point. I mean, James Storm is a great talent, but he hasn't won a match in months. I mean, so what, right out of the blue he just gets a title shot? The writers really should have reestablished him, you know, before they booked that, seriously. And the only other complaint that I really have is, once again, way too much focus on Karen Angle. I mean, the writers booked another Kurt Angle AJ Styles match for the main event of the show, and not only did they not even bother to announce this match until like about 10 minutes before the opening bell, which was an act of insanity as far as I'm concerned, but instead of being jacked up about getting the chance to tear each other apart again, what were Kurt and AJ totally focused on? Karen Angle. But at the end of the show, we saw Awesome Kong come out to collect the bounty that Kurt put out on his wife and laid Karen out. I love that, by the way. It was totally hilarious. So now it's possible that this means that Karen will be off TV for a while selling an injury. So maybe that means that things will be different for the next few weeks as far as that goes. So I'm hopeful. I'm looking forward to next week's Impact. It feels really good to be able to say that. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to you guys next week. See you soon.